Hello everyone, and welcome to the Simulated Handball Federation's Quarantine Champions League. It's Chris O'Reilly here with you for the final last 16 game between Orlen Wisla Plock and Telekom Veszprém, and I am joined by Marcio Menino. Marcio, how you doing?
Hey Chris, thank you once again for having me here. It's such an amazing feeling, being here with all these Polish fans and also from Veszprém. Great atmosphere at the arena, and I think we're going to have a good match today.
Yeah, games between Polish sides and Hungarian sides, always classics, and they have such a great relationship with each other as well, fans and players from both countries. Be interesting to see whether we could get another upset here, because in the opposite game between third and sixth place teams in the last 16, we saw a huge upset as Vardar, despite the fact that they are reigning champions, managed to beat a much more fancied Szeged side. So it will be Vardar waiting in the quarter-final for the winner of this match between Płock and Veszprém. And we're going to be underway in a couple of moments here. One big player to look out for in both teams, Marcio?
For me, I think it's going to be the center backs, Petr Nenadic and also Nico Mindiega. I think both of them will be amazing for their teams. And we're on, and it's
Rasmus Lauga who gets us going with the first goal of the game, and it's all about the backs at the moment. Sikim Lakgar getting one back, 2 in the opening 3 minutes for Rasmus Lauga. He's really caught fire here, and it's taken us almost 4 minutes for the first save of the game with Chupara, Denial Mindegia. And Lauga again, what a start for him in Veszprém.
Amazing. He's taking this responsibility. I was talking about Nenadic, but it's Lauga who is taking the goal for Veszprém right now. But it's 3-4 right now, Chris. They're coming back.
Yeah, but still Chupara really is having a fairly solid start to the game. Up to 40% saves for him. Ivan Stevanovic getting in on the action down the opposite end. But Chupara is just ruining this day for Nico Mindegia. Mindegia just 1 from 3 so far. And Płock need a bit more in front of goal. Finally, Jerko Matulic delivers it. And it's just moments later that Manu Sterlak, the man with the perfect hair on the wing, makes it a 5-4 game to Veszprém.
Love it, Chris, love it. And we can see Sterbic. I think Sterbic said this is his last season, but it's amazing to see him once again stepping on the arena, stepping on the court, and just showing like his brilliance, his genius at mine here for everybody to see.
A bit of nerves here, it seems, with both sides losing the ball quite easily, and a couple of more saved shots there. Finally, Petr Nenadic gets himself on the score sheet with his first goal of the game, as does Kent Robin Tunnison, and Veszprém now starting to pull away. A 3-goal run for them, and now make that 4 goals with Nenadic, the man you flagged before the game, Marcio, and that has forced the first timeout of the match for Wisla Płock. Good decision there by Javi Zapata, because it's a 4-goal game all of a sudden.
Yeah, indeed. The coach was right there. 4-8 now at home. Wisla is having some difficulties to go up against Lauga and also Nenadic. And what I've seen is like Tunnison. Tunnison came back from an injury and he looks really good today. He's amazing. Such an amazing player to have in your team. And right now, it's Omar changing back, but Tunnison is still here.
And it's really fascinating to see a full Veszprém side as well. They've been plagued with injuries all season, but so many players to choose from as well. So there won't be a problem with anyone getting tired, as we see a complete change of the backcourt with Borazan coming in and Mate Lekoi coming in, but they haven't been able to make an impact just yet. Another save there by Ivan Stevanovic. He's slowly coming into the game in goal for Wisla Płock, and it's a goal from 9 meters for Konstantina Gropolo getting his first of the day. Good timeout there by Płock. They've made it a 1-goal game all of a sudden. A 3-goal run for them with Philip Stelman.
I think the tactics is the substitutions. Every attack, they're substituting players, keeping it fresh on defense and keeping it fresh also on the attack. And but it seems that now Veszprém now realizes how they can counter that substitution, because they're up against 4 goals now again, Chris. 4 goals difference.
Yeah, it seems to be a game of runs here at the moment. Both sides streaking 3-4 goals after one another with just over 5 minutes left in the first half. Alvaro Ruiz gets in on the act. He's making it a 2-goal game, and it's a good response overall from Wisla Plock. We saw it when we saw Vardar against Szeged, that Vardar made this big comeback, and it seems that Plock are not going to let this go without a fight either. Kent Robin Tunnison getting himself on the scoreboard again, but Nico Mindegia with 2 goals in quick succession. And it's just 2 goals between the sides now with 1 minute left to play. A timeout for VESZPREM with just 21 seconds left to see if they can add one more to the scoreboard and give themselves a slightly more comfortable lead going into halftime.
Yeah, if Wisla can get the goal here, it's only 1 goal difference, and so we have like 30 minutes more. And it's amazing to see both teams giving everything on the first 30 minutes. They're not waiting for the last second part, for the last part of the game. They want to give it all for this 5,000 and something people here inside this arena, Chris.
And you called it, Marcio. 1 goal right there before the end of the half from Lovro Mihic. He makes it a 1-goal game. 13-12 to VESZPREM at the half. It could have been a lot more. We were at a stage when there was 4 goals between the sides, but Wisla Plock fighting back very, very well. And I think the fascinating thing for me is that both teams have rotated their squads so much, really keeping everyone fresh.
Indeed. They're giving everything, so they need to substitute, Chris. They need the players to be fresh every 5 to 4, 6 minutes. Doesn't matter, but they need to come back and stay like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, just get your breath and go up. And the second half is now on, and Veszprém takes the lead.
Yeah, it's Kent Robin Tunnison come flying out of the blocks here. 2 goals in 3 minutes for him. And Sterbeck getting himself in on the action in goal as well. So a change between the posts for VESZPREM. Peter Nenadic making it a 2-goal game. But Plock just will not go away. And Nenadic, though, has plans of his own because he scored yet another one. And with Rasmus Lauge getting in on the act here, could this be a turning point? We saw Plock coming out strong at the start of this second half, but VESZPREM slowly but surely overpowering their opponents. Tunnison with his 3rd of the half, and now a 5-goal lead.
Chris, I think the halftime was the worst time in this case for Wisla Plock, because right now they're on timeout and they're losing by 6. This is the biggest difference that we had in the entire match, and it seems VESZPREM just went 1 notch up, like when you clutch on your car and you just like fly away. I don't know if Veszprém will fly away here on this game. I hope not, for all these Polish fans that are here supporting their team, but I don't think Wisla can come from this. I don't think. What do you say, Chris?
Well, it's another 4-goal run, and finally out of this timeout, Sika Mlakar gets one from the right back position. But it seems to be the Scandinavian dominance here in the second half. Rasmus Lauge, the Dane, Kent Robin Tunnison, the Norwegian, banging in all of the goals here. A 6-goal lead for VESZPREM, and with just 17 minutes left to play, it's difficult to see a way back for the boys in blue. Even Stevanovic doing his best, and Lovro Mihic with yet another goal, but 5 goals between make it 6 with Kent Robin Tunnison again. And it seems there's no way back for this Plock side. They really will need a miracle in this final quarter.
Indeed. And Maye was injured. He came back for this game. He was injured for a long time, but we knew he would be a reinforcement for his team at the end of the season, and right now he's having his first goal after 4 or 5 months being away, Chris?
All those Instagram workouts paying off for Kenta Mahe, that's for sure. And it's now been extended to a 9-goal game. And it's these 4-goal runs which seem to be the key thing here. I mentioned it in the first half. They just seem to come up time after time. 4 goals, 4 goals, 4 goals. And now 25-16, I think the case here in the final 12 minutes after this timeout for Javi Sabate and Plock will just be to get some kind of pride back. Their hopes in this season's Champions League all but over. Another goal there finally from Nico Mindegia, who's been fairly quiet overall, but there's no coming back from here.
Yeah, the second half Mindegia was a bit quiet, like you said. It's true. Probably because he's a more of a a pace guy, a guy that needs to be on court to like establish himself, to manage the time of the team. And because of all the substitutions that they did in the first half, it was kind of like, probably lost in the game, I don't know. But right now, Plock has like 6 minutes to operate a miracle, but it's not going to happen, Chris. I'm sorry. It doesn't seem like that. It's 11 goal difference right now.
Yeah, it's just getting worse and worse now. The 30-goal mark, and Kent Robin Tunnison bringing that. At least we'd like to see Wisla Plock get up to 20 goals, but these Scandinavians are really burying Płock today, 31-19, and this is by far the biggest victory we've seen in the knockout rounds of this simulated Handball Champions League.
It's true, Chris, it's true, and it seems that VESZPREM is now almost like 2 feet on the next stage of this competition. It's the end of the match.
And that's it, one more goal there by Zoltan Zita, but all it does is bring up the 20-goal mark. A resounding victory for VESZPREM today, 33-20. That's a big win and really signals their intention for this Champions League. They'll go on to face the reigning champions, a team that have broken their heart in the past, HC Vardar, in the quarter-final, and that rounds up our last 16. Parting words from you, Marcio, from this game?
It's like we said, we expected a good match in the beginning, and it was a great match in the first half, like 1 goal difference only. But the second half is VESZPREM just, like top up a notch and just flew away. The entire team was playing so well. Chupata did a lot of great saves, and it's like you said, the Scandinavian duo was just too much for this Wisla Plock.
Yeah, it was a party for them in this second half as VESZPREM run away with it. And that is it for the last 16 round. We move on to the quarterfinals. So the next time you'll hear us is when we see Montpellier facing Barca in the first quarterfinal. Marcio will be joining me yet again for that one. That's a big one to look forward to. But until then, from Marcio and myself, it's goodbye.